So today we're going to talk about why patients, either you as a patient or as a doctor talking about the patients that I'm seeing, don't do the things that we recommend as clinicians, or again as a patient, you're not doing the things that you're hearing from your healthcare provider, and why. The basic, most simplest explanation for this is communication. And communication from the healthcare provider to the patient. It's not, let me make this super clear, it's not the patient's fault that they're not compliant with the homework that you've given them as a provider. And as a patient, don't feel guilty for not doing the thing that you were told to do from your healthcare provider, because the reality of it is that it's the healthcare provider's job to show you the value of what you're doing and why you're doing it. And if they don't communicate that, then we don't create a sense of need to do it as a patient and don't prioritize it. So as a healthcare provider, your job is to communicate the evidence and why you're giving the patient, whether that be an exercise, whether that be a new dietary routine, supplements, a sleep pattern, water intake, all of it, whatever it may be. It's the clinician's job to show the patient and provide the literature, provide the evidence for why this is so important, and then show the value of it. Look, Mr. Jones, Mrs. Jones, whoever it may be, I'm giving you this exercise because we can show that when we do this, it's going to increase your function, which is number one priority, and while we increase your function, we're going to decrease your pain. Pain is a guide. It's an experience that we all go through every day maybe. And what we got to find a way is to show the patient and to find the right movement, the right intervention that's going to minimize the pain, but in the meantime improve the function of whatever we're trying to benefit. Again, whether it be sleep, maybe it's the way we're sleeping. Our sleep routine before we go to bed is too stimulating, which creates hard for our body to then calm down, to then go into our sleep stages. Maybe it's water intake. You feel achy and stiff and tight all the time, or maybe you wake up not feeling very good, a little nauseous in the morning. It's probably because you haven't had enough water throughout the day. I had 1 cup of water and 15 cups of coffee. Now, it's okay to drink coffee. Don't get me wrong. I'm a huge coffee fan, addict. But I also know that it's only providing me just a small amount of water compared to something like a glass of water. So, back to the original point of the whole thing. When we're trying to say, hey, Mr. Jones, Mrs. Jones, I want you to do this thing, and this thing is going to help you improve your goals and your function, whatever you're trying to improve. And here's why we're going to do those things. And I'll show you right now, if you can, an example of look at what happens when we do it. We get better results. And I think this is going to be a good challenge for you. I want to keep it very simple in regards to your homework or your home advice, your home takeaways. I want to make sure that I'm, as a clinician, providing basic and simple things, simple explanations. Me as a provider, and it sounds silly, I only provide things in 1 by 10. That's it. If I'm going to have you do deadlifts, I'm going to have you do 1 by 10 for homework, and that's all you need to do. 1 time a day, 1 set, and you're going to do 10 of them. Whether it be a core progression, doing some sort of a core exercise, a shoulder progression, doing some sort of overhead press, whatever it may be, it's always the same progression. Why? Do I get results by only doing 1 by 10? I may not get immediate results, but I create a pattern that patients are willing to do. They do the movements, they feel good, they see the results occurring over time, and then they want to do more. Hey, if I can do 1 to 10, that's easy. I can do 2 to 10. Or maybe I can do 3 by 10. Or maybe I can do multiple exercises 1 by 10. Small building blocks lead to a tall structure that's sound. So it's a matter of just stepping the pinky toe in and then slowly adding and gradually progressing, which is what we always want to do. Gradual progression back to tolerance, improve function, decrease pain, back to doing the things we love.